Alright y'all, it is almost 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Dan the B-Man will be here in a few minutes. So before he gets here, and before I get started, I need to say that neither Harvest Lane Honey or Tractor Supply are paying me to do this review. This is strictly a consumer review. I have no affiliation with either company. But that being said, I have these gloves. They are Harvest Lane Honey Beekeeper gloves. I got these from Tractor Supply. They run about 20 bucks. And I got the adult large beekeeper suit. Now this is the full length suit, not the jacket. It is a large. Comes with a hood. It is a, looks like side zipper. I don't know how you get this thing yet, I haven't opened it yet. So we're gonna see how it holds up. This ran about 60 some dollars. I wanna say it was yeah, $59.99 plus tax. That's at the local Tractor Supply in town. So I'm gonna wait till Dan gets here, see what his opinion on the suit is, if he thinks it's safe enough for me to wear this while dealing with these kinds of bees. We'll go over the supplies he's going to use. We're going to go over some precautionary measures, kind of do an interview with him, and let him walk us through how to safely remove a beehive. Stay tuned. Alright, so here we are with Dan the Bee-Man. Can't see his face because he's hidden.
Angry Bee Honey.
Angry Bee Honey. There you go. Now he is a local bee removal expert. He's originally from Oregon, where he spent a lot of time doing this. He moved down here to Texas. We are in the Abilene-Clyde area. Does a lot of business around here. So if you guys need a local bee removal, he does Clyde, Abilene, Sweetwater,
Coleman. I've been to San Angelo. Doesn't matter, I'll go anywhere.
Okay, there you have it. You're up in Alaska, send him a call.
Oh, love to. Let's go.
So we'll put a link down in the description on his contact info on how to get a hold of him if you require his services. Alright, so Dan's all done up in his bee suit. He's getting ready to get started. Let's pop this off real quick. So that is a professional beekeeper suit. Now there you go. Sexy, sexy man. The PVC gloves, it says, are really good because if you're doing this kind of stuff, you're going to be getting honey all over you.
Gotta wash.
It's real easy to wash them off. Nice and thick, protect you from the stingers.
Yep.
You want a full body suit, not just a jacket, especially down here in Texas, because was it 90% of the bees down here are Africanized?
No, I think they all are now to one degree or another. Some are worse than others, but just figure all of them are and be on the safe side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the gloves taped off, the boots taped off. Make sure nothing gets in because those little suckers will find any nook and
Always
cranny.
double, triple check.
And it looks like he's got one here in his pocket already.
Hello, my little friend.
Always check your veil configuration where you zips together, because those have a funny habit, and bees love to worry themselves up into tiny little holes. Pretty soon you'll have one in your veil, and then you'll be cussing.
Okay. So the bees are behind this wall. Now what is the first step?
Well, I'm going to drill a pilot hole just to make sure that we're in the right spot, because if we're not, we don't want to tear the whole thing apart and have you have to fix it if it wasn't necessary.
Okay.
So, but I'm not doing anything till you get your veil on.
Copy that. Alright, so I'll put the camera down.
Make sure I got power. Alright.
Find these zippers.
Yeah, they're hard in gloves. But after a while, you get used to it. One thing, you're going to do a lot of sweating in that thing. So make sure you get some good zipper lube and use it liberally and often. It'll triple the life of your suit.
Alright, so you have this in goes together. All right,
Looks good. Here we go.
put the veil on. And Dan's gonna make the
Ankles,
cut.
your wrists. All right, here we go. You're good. Yep, here they are. We are in the right spot.
Oh, look at that.
So this isn't going to be very exciting for a while. The lower you can get the population density, the less aggressive they're going to be. So if it takes a half hour standing here with a vacuum, take it. It's worth it.
As you can see in there, try to get a little better view. There's quite a few of them in there. Probably several hundred at least just in that little area. Alright, so how long have you been doing this, Dan?
6 years here in Texas and probably, 5 to 8 in Oregon.
Oh wow, you can already smell it.
What you're smelling are the pheromones that those bees communicate to each other with. And sometimes it can get literally overpowering, and it will initiate your flight or fight response. So your heart rate and your blood pressure instantly skyrocket when you get that into your system. It's just what it is.
Now it's crazy. Until they invent smell-o-vision,
Yeah, it
you're gonna have
is.
to take our word for it, but it kind of smells like almost like wildflowers. I guess it's that pollen and stuff that they have in them,
Well,
or the pheromones, but
it's their pheromones that they're putting out. Yeah.
it's kind of hard to put a
You can't describe it.
word to it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, you remember.
Almost tiny. It's kind of weird.
If you smell it, you better have a good bee suit on. We're trying to coax them out, so we're not going to leave the nozzle right on that all the time. But we believe this to be a fairly new hive, so we don't think it's very big.
But then again, they could have been there since the beginning of spring, so
Yeah, they could have. They're sneaky little boogers. It's a pretty mellow hive.
So Dan was at a job earlier, said that there was a 104-year-old woman came out to help her son who got caught up in a beehive, got stung over 600 times and lived. Absolutely crazy. Only a couple days later she was back up and walking around.
It was the coolest old little Mexican lady, about 4 feet tall. That'd been a white guy, he'd have been dead. Yeah, you don't get to be 104 by being a wimp. That was a cool lady. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut into the wall. They're not appearing very aggressive.
Alright, since we know where the hole's at, or where the hive's at, Dan's going to go ahead and cut through the drywall. Open that up. Oh, they're getting bad now.
Things that vibrate really make bees mad.
I tell you what, right now my heart is racing. There are bees bees all over me right now. Now I'm going to do my best to kind of stay out of Dan's way so that if he has to get out of here real quick, he can.
First couple of times, but in all honesty, this is a very minor number of bees.
Oh wow, look at that. Minor number of bees, he says.
That is actually.
Holy cow, look at that.
That's a brand new hive. It's less than a month old.
Tell you guys what, having this, I'm very grateful to be having this suit on right now. I can feel them striking me. Now, I'm not getting sun or anything like that, but they're definitely hitting the suit.
Yeah, a lot of times with these real aggressive hives, it feels like you're in a paintball war. Bees hitting you. It's amazing.
That is a beautiful looking comb. Look at that.
Isn't that pretty?
Look how pretty that is. Not a lot of honey in there. But that's only, looks like 3 sheets, 4 sheets, and that could extend a little bit further, so.
Nope, that's it. There will be a couple more behind that you can't see.
That is really cool. So not a lot of honey is going to come out of that probably, but.
Try real hard not to suck up comb into your vacuum. It clogs up everything terrible.
Now how do you spot the queen in there?
In a case like this, she's going to be back behind in there. A lot of times I don't even look for her because, especially on the more nasty hives, I don't have anywhere to move this to. We've had so many where there's just too many. So we're just going to have to go ahead and euthanize these guys, unfortunately. So in a case like that, timing is of the essence. And a lot of times it's a liability issue for a neighborhood because this usually happens outside. So you want to get it done as quickly as possible. So if I'm not trying to save that hive, I just blast it. I don't even look for the queen. She'll be either in the comb that I'm going to put in a tote, or she'll be in the vacuum.
Okay.
So, but she is not flying around with the rest of them. She stays right there. So I got to run and get a tote.
All right. So we'll take a look at this real quick. That is awesome. Look at all that honey in there. And you can tell the difference between a honey hive, or the place where they store the honey, and the place where they store the babies, or their larvae. Because sorry, the sun's right there. The really gold color, the really light color, is where they store the honey. The darker color is where they keep the larvae. And that's their breeding section, or where they, yeah, so that's where the larva's at. And you'll see an example of that, hopefully, when he pulls this cone out. But isn't that awesome? Look at that. So many bees. We'll zoom in. You see right there is where he, the sawzall had cut into it. And there's a 2x4 right here, so that is the entire length right there. And I'm sure it goes up a little bit too. That guy's going like crazy trying to sting me. Look at him.
There probably won't be any finished honey in here.
Yeah, we got these guys a little early, so we're not going to get much honey out of these ones. would be in a room full of bees like this, actually pulling out a beehive is absolutely insane. This is so cool. I can see why he does it. Now you can still see, look at that, look at all that honey just ripping. Look at that. It's pouring out of there. All those bees left. Let's see if we can get all the way to running down the wall. Oh, it's gonna be a mess to clean up. Yeah, I can't see how they're actually getting in. Well, that was fairly quick and painless.
Oh, I got stung, man. I did actually think I got the rest of my suit.
Oh yeah.
When they get you through these suits, it's when they're tight.
So key is loose fitting. And the smell is incredible. I'm sure it's not nearly as bad as some of those really big hives. And that's just a bucket of regular water. Kind of wash off the tools, wash off your hands. That's really cool. I can see why you do this, Dan. This is awesome.
It is a bit exciting. This is covered with honey. Let me get this outside for it. It's all over.
Oh, let me tell you what, these bee suits are hot. You will work up a sweat in these things. You guys swarming all over the camera. Check them out. So let's be looking. Where are you going? They're in every nook and cranny trying to get out,
Yep.
trying to fly away.
Now, one good thing about this situation is that bees on the inside of the house are generally more interested in getting out than they are stinging you. So, and then of course they congregate on here, which makes our soapy water real easy to get them. Because we're going to be using Dawn and water to kill the remainder of them. I hate doing that, but we don't really have a choice at this point. Now that hive does extend up in the attic.
Okay.
So I'm going to want a stick or something that I can reach up in there and dislodge as much of that honeycomb as I can, because I don't want to leave the queen hiding up in there, because we don't know where she is, because, well, to be honest, in these suits it's very hard to identify her.
Okay, so we're gonna go poke around, see if we can find a stick,
Yep.
and we'll be right back.
This place I'm reaching with this stick is really inaccessible even in the attic because it's right where the roof line meets the floor joists. There's no way to get there. So one thing he's going to have to do here is just keep an eye on that, because if a very, very tiny chance that the queen survived up in there, she can lay 2,000 eggs every day, and it won't be long until you have your hive back. But you'll know very shortly, within a day or two, if that is in effect, because you'll be able to hear them. When we leave today, we should hear no bees, or just maybe a few flying around in the room that haven't got the memo yet. So,
Excellent. So it's a good thing I got the suit. Wow, look at that. And it is going to smell like honey and their pheromones for quite a while. Now in the other room, where we had the other beehive, if you get up close to that wall, you can still smell the honey that has been absorbed by the boards. Now this here, see this board here, these boards back here, that's all part of the internal wall of the other bedroom. And where this drywall is now used to be the exterior wall. So there's really no attic access really to get up there to try to clear out the rest of those. That's just, it's up there, there's no getting to that. So like you said, we have to keep an eye on it, make sure they don't come back. Look at that. And they're not quite making it outside, but they're getting in between those panes of glass. Oh, excuse me.
alright, let's go ahead and get those guys.
So that there's your typical pump sprayer, full of Dawn and water. So it's actually animal safe. So if the bees do get outside and they got the, and your chickens get to the bees or anything like that, it's not going to hurt them because it's Dawn, and at very low concentrations, it's actually very safe for your animals.
Yep.
And we're getting nice window wash at the same time. Dan is a multi-service guy.
That's right. I'm here to help. Alright. This guy.
Wow, and you can just hear them dropping. Look at that. They're just hitting the floor. It's already a lot quieter in here than it was a couple minutes ago. Look at that. That's absolutely insane. That is cool.
I'm sure those of you who are interested in these sorts of videos have seen many such, but know that most of those videos are being done on non-Africanized bees. And the rules and the techniques used for normal beekeeping simply do not completely apply to these boogers. The level of aggression is just way different.
That is a good looking bug right there. Come on, focus. Wow, these guys are absolutely everywhere.
Get all the gear cleaned up and then spraying down good.
And then tomorrow when we come in here, we'll make sure they're all dead, and I'll come in here with my shot vac and suck up all the little corpses. And there's going to be quite a few of them. That is absolutely crazy. Like I said, I can see why Dan does this kind of stuff. It's kind of a thrill. You walk into an area just completely surrounded by these little stingy bugs, and you just want to run away, but you don't. It's really cool. And then it's cool the level of confidence you have in your suit. Like if you don't have a confidence in your bee suit, there's no way in heck you'd stick around for something like that. So wearing a nice thick jacket or coveralls or suspenders, don't try that. If you're going to be doing this kind of stuff, get a beekeeper suit.
A good one.
Yeah. Overalls, suspenders, and a jacket with some gloves, those fuckers will still get you.
Yeah, make it a one piece. Trust me, the more joints you have, and these guys find amazing ways of getting in between layers. They're just incredible.
Yeah, and it's crazy because there's not a very strong honey smell. Because like you said, this is unfinished honey. It hasn't had time to cure, I guess is the right word. I don't know. I'm not a beekeeper. So it's very liquidy. It doesn't have a very sweet smell yet. So what I am smelling is still the pheromones, and that's even died down quite a bit since the population has gone away. That's absolutely nuts.
Now bees breathe through their skin. Did you already tell them that?
I did not.
Through their abdomen. And so what the soap does, it coats their abdomen and seals it off so they can't breathe, and they just
Huh. So no fancy chemicals and
we've got them and we use them from time to time, but on a farm setting like this where you know there's chickens and stuff, you know, some of the products like Demon, they say are safe in that regard and they work really good, but still, I'd much rather use a natural product if I can get away with it.
Now, I know you guys have probably seen those videos of the actual beekeepers, and they're going into their hives and have those little smokers. That is not going to work here.
I don't smoke at all anymore. I mean, yes, I did quit smoking, but I don't smoke bees because with these guys, it's just ineffective. It doesn't help. So when you have a hive, even a domestic hive, that the smoke does not help, you know you've got some crossbreeding in with the African boys and girls. So they're a very hardy bee strain. So.
See, and like Dan said, if you run into a hive like this, especially down here in Central Texas, automatically assume they're some kind of Africanized bee.
Yep.
Don't even play with them. So call an expert, like Dan here. And if you go, typically if you call a beekeeper who actually harvests bees and does the beekeeping, they'll do removals at little to no cost if they intend on keeping the queen and trying to relocate the hive.
But be warned, and this is something that I've seen in the 6 years I've been here, those guys are not prepared to deal with really vicious Africanized hives. They don't. And I have gone to clean up quite a few of their messes. The Coleman Police Department has called me a number of times. So unless you got someone that really, really knows what they're doing, of course there's no way to know that ahead of time, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yep. So
If they don't charge, they're a hobbyist. And if they're a hobbyist, they're probably not accustomed to full-blown Africanized hives. This hive, pretty little hive on a scale of 1 to 10 is maybe a 2, in size, in aggression, more like a 1.5. So anyway.
So we got pretty lucky with this one.
Yes, yeah, you sure did. You sure did.
That is cool.
Well, I don't think I'm going to do any more spraying.
Now what's crazy is from the outside looking in, you only see maybe 15, 20 bees at a time.
Yeah.
But as soon as you cut that wall open, man, thousands of them.
And as we saw, it's in between those combs that the majority of them are hanging out.
Yep.
So you can't judge the size of a hive by what you see on the outside.
Kind of like a guy at the bar.
That's right. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Has to do with bees.
Alright, so that's pretty much it for here. We're gonna let these guys die off and do their thing. We'll come back in here tomorrow, clean up the mess. We'll have to keep that open for a little while. Try to determine if they're gonna start their hive back up again. And if they do, we'll kind of repeat the process. But now that I know what I'm doing and I have the proper PPE, it won't be such an issue. And then we won't have to call Dan back out here again, except for beer and brats. And he is almost literally right down the road from us. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so right now he's out there just, he's going to spray from the inside, or from the outside, I'm sorry. Try to get the entrance. And he goes get all the strays that are running around outside. Now the bees will hang around for a little while, but if we got the queen out, they'll eventually move on to bigger, better things. Hopefully not inside the house. But if a new hive pops up somewhere, now I'm a little more equipped to deal with it. Little buggers are everywhere. And another word of advice, when you're taking off your bee suit, be careful, because if they're still clinging to your suit and you get out, and it's a good time to get stung. So if you feel confident in what you're doing, because I mean I didn't feel anything. I could feel them landing on me, I could feel them walking around, but no stingers, which is really cool. So if you've got any kind of allergy or you're not sure, don't even play with them, don't even try it. But if you do, and you get yourself a suit and you're outside taking your suit off, be careful, because they can still hang around, they can still get you afterwards. Just a little cautionary word of advice there for you. So I've got a buddy of mine that's up in Maryland that does this kind of stuff. So what did you think, John? Did we do a good job? Let me know. So we'll talk to Dan a little bit more, get some more info from him. I'll try to get his contact information and we'll link it down in the description. So again, if you're in the Central Texas and you need somebody to come and take care of your bees, Dan's the man.
You got a broom?
Yes I do.
Can I
Absolutely. Now, real quick.
Yep.
If I remember correctly from last time you were here, you said that bees actually have a pretty good memory.
They do. They have an amazing spatial knowledge of where they are in relation to everything.
So if they, there's a guy in a white suit coming around and poking around their hive.
Oh, you mean that kind of memory? You know, I don't think so. But see, your suit is now saturated with these pheromones. And they will pick up on that real quick. So I'm pretty sure it's the scent rather than, you know, the shape. White is the least attacked color. If you want to get attacked by bees, put on a brown, anything brown, because that's what honey badgers are, you know, predators to them. So
Dan will remove your bees, he'll destroy your walls, but he'll wash your windows and sweep your floors.
that's right.
Kind of give and take a little, you know? Some good with the bad.
Can't make an omelet. Honey right there. Yep, little pile of it right there.
That's right. Like I said, we'll come back tomorrow, we'll clean this up, give the walls a good scrubbing. And we'll keep that open for a couple days and or for a few days and make sure they don't start rebuilding again.
Keep an eye on what might be up in that attic. We still don't know that. So, all right.
And like I said, there's no real attic access because this is in between the interior wall and what used to be the exterior wall.
So it's up in there where the roof meets.
Yep.
And there's no way to get in there, so just keep an eye on it. Now with this soap killing these guys, there's no residual effect.
Right.
If I was to use Demon or one of those other products, there would be. So there will be a few more bees flying around before we leave than usual. But their queen is gone and their hive is gone. They have nothing to protect, nothing to go home to, so they'll dissipate in time. So,
And that shouldn't take too horribly long.
don't think so. So, I think we're good.
Excellent. So like I said before you start, well, Dan's gonna do it. Before you start taking off the hive or your stuff, try to make sure you're bee free because they'll still get you.
Be real sure. The only reason I'm doing this, if this was an outside access, I wouldn't. But we're inside and bees tend to freak out in an enclosed space like this and try to hit the closest window and try to get out. So they're more interested in getting outside than they are in hitting me. Usually. There are very few.
I'm keeping this stuff on.
Yeah, there are very few hard and fast rules. Every year we learn new behavior with these bees. Because I think they're changing pretty rapidly. And we're seeing behaviors this year that we've never seen anything like before. So, which is neat because it means there's always something new to learn. So, that's all I got.
Awesome.
Peace.
All right, so we'll get Dan's phone number if he's okay with that going out across the internet.
Oh, terribly okay. Yeah.
So we'll get that information out to you guys. The information will be down in the description below, along with a link to the suit, the gloves, and, well, the other stuff is pretty much a 5-gallon bucket for water, a Sawzall, or some kind of saw to access the drywall or whatever you're cutting into, a drill with a hole saw on it, a spatula for scraping the stuff out, and plastic totes to put the stuff in, or garbage bags if that's what you're going with. So that's it from us. If you like the video, hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, the like button, hit that bell for notifications on whenever we come up with a new video. Leave a comment in the comment section below what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see. Let us know how we did. Let us know what you're thinking. If there's any other content that you want us to show you, let us know. And as always, I'll holler at y'all later.